Let's get you started with some breaking news that's coming in from West Asia. Unconfirmed reports are now suggesting that a US pilot may have been captured by Iranian forces after he ejected from an advanced fighter jet that the IRGC says it downed over central Iran. This is what the Iranian media seems to now be reporting. We don't have independent confirmation just yet as to what exactly has transpired, but reports are suggesting that a plane went down in central Iran and a US pilot seems to have been held captive. Siddhant, my colleague, now joins us, getting us more details. Siddhant, what more can you share with us?
Well, that's right, Poonam. It's a big story. Perhaps this is what Iranian media is claiming. Tasnim News Agency, closely affiliated with IRGC, claims that there has been a capture of US pilot after warplane downed in Iran. In fact, according to the correspondent of this Tasnim News Agency in Western Iran, based on some information following the destruction of the advanced American fighter jet by IRGC earlier on Friday, the correspondent added that there are indications the Americans believe that the pilot might be alive, attempted to extract him from Iran's border. However, some sources say the pilot has likely been captured by Iranian forces. So here is the news report, perhaps on the basis of which we are putting out this story for our viewers. Tasnim News Agency. This is the headline. Reports suggest capture of US pilot after warplane downed in Iran. Now, the US and the Israeli regime, now they say that the IRGC noted that the intruding fighter jet has been completely destroyed and crashed. The IRGC announced on Friday that the second F-35 fighter jet was destroyed in the skies of central Iran by the new advanced defense system of the IRGC Aerospace Force. It said that the doomed fighter jet belongs to the Lakenheath Squadron of the US. Now, in response, the Iranian armed forces have carried out retaliatory operations targeting American and Israeli positions. So, once again, on the basis of this news report, we are putting out this story for our viewers. Big development, if true. This story says that Iranians have captured US pilot. There was F-35 which was targeted by Iranian flying over the Iranian skies. And after this jet was down, the pilot has been captured. This is what the local correspondent of Tasnim News Agency is reporting. So a huge development. Perhaps, Poonam, if true, this could change the entire conflict, perhaps, in a very different direction. And perhaps could be for the first time that Iran is capturing the US pilot by shooting F-35.
Now, there are several other reports that are also coming in, Siddhant, which claim that there were certain attempts that were made to rescue the pilot as well, but that attempt by the United States has failed. The Americans have been conducting search operations for hours, allegedly, using Black Hawk helicopters. That is what some of the reports are suggesting, but all of those attempts seem to have gone in vain.
Well, that's right, Poonam. In fact, a short while back, we did manage to pull out those footages and pictures of F-35's debris. Perhaps that's what Iranian have been saying since afternoon. In fact, here in India also, the Iranian missions are publishing those pictures on their social media platforms, claiming that F-35 is down, and we cannot independently do the assessment on the basis of the debris. That's what the Iranians are claiming. Now, it's a fresh development in this story. The Iran's semi-official news agency Tasnim, which works closely in association with IRGC, claims, in fact, their correspondent claims that there are some reports that pilot is missing. He has been captured by the Iranian forces. In fact, there has also been an attempt to extract this pilot from the borders of Iran. There have been many attempts made by United States, but still pilot is in Iranian custody. Perhaps let's wait for more details. Let's not be speculative about this story. As I said, that we are reporting this story on the basis of this report published in Tasnim News Agency. Back to you, Poonam.
Right. Details of this are still sketchy, and all we have information from is from the Iranian side. Nothing so far from the American side, Siddhant. But there is a claim that is being made on the Iranian media as well that in the last 24 hours itself, there have been two such US jets that have been shot down by them.
Well, that's right. So this week only there was a jet which was shot down by the Iranians, reportedly shot down by the Iranians. In fact, there was no response from the United States. All we could get from the US media was that the pilot of that F-35 was injured, and that was a shrapnel injury, perhaps according to some reports. We have nothing beyond that. So, earlier also United States never confirmed that F-35 is down. And this time around, perhaps let's wait, because if these pictures are of American F-35, and going by what Tasneem news agency is reporting, that pilot is missing, captured by the Iranians. Americans are trying to extract him. So this, Poonam, this is what I was referring to. This afternoon, Iranian embassy here in New Delhi posted these pictures of the debris of F-35. Perhaps that's what they say, that this is F-35 pictures fell in Iran. This plane was flying over the skies in Iran, and this plane was shot down by the aerospace defense systems of Iran. But now what we are getting to know is that there is the pilot couldn't eject, and perhaps pilot got ejected and is now in Iranian custody. Americans are trying to extract him. As I said, we are reporting on the basis of what the Tasneem news agency is reporting. The debris, perhaps, Poonam, looks like of U.S. aircraft. Some reports also say that it's not F-35, it could be F-15, etc., etc. Yes. Those claims are also being made on social media. As I said, that we are reporting this story on the basis of what the pictures put out by the Iran embassy here in New Delhi, and also by what Tasneem news agency is reporting. So it's huge, Poonam. If this is true, this could change perhaps the path of this conflict if US pilot is in Iranian custody, and also will give Iran more leverage in this entire conflict